Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. So this is one of my tired ramble videos where I talk about random shit while I'm really tired. So this video I'm going to be talking about the latest generation of consoles. Now these videos will always be about Escape from Tarkov. Usually there will be, but this one isn't. I will pick random subjects now and again. And this time I'm talking about the latest consoles. So basically what I want to know is what you guys think of the new consoles. Now for those of you that are staunch PC Master Race, you're not going to be interested in this video. You're not going to really want to know what I'm going to say in it, so it's probably best that you guys turn off now. But for those of us that do like to use PCs and game on consoles from time to time, maybe this one is for you. So recently we've had the next generation of consoles come out, that is the Xbox One X, Series X, whatever they want to call it. It's very complicated naming system with Microsoft, needlessly complicated I think. And then you've got the PlayStation 5 from PlayStation Sony. So which one, if either of them, would you go for, or would you go for both of them? Now recently I have been looking for these consoles here in the UK. They are very hard to get hold of, as you will no doubt already know. Here in the UK stock is very limited. I haven't seen the Xbox Series X come into stock at all since launch. It's very hard to get hold of. I haven't seen any stock anywhere. But the other day whilst I was at work during the night, it was about 1:30 in the morning, I looked on the Argos website here in the UK and they had stock of the PlayStation 5. Now I didn't necessarily want a PlayStation 5. I've had every single PlayStation that's come out, but the fifth one was probably going to be the generation I skipped. But they were in stock and they are selling for quite a premium if you want to resell them at the moment. So I added the PlayStation to my basket. It wouldn't go any further on the website, so I just simply assumed that the stock had gone, and that was that. It was, you know, I was basically getting sort of a legacy web page and they'd not updated things, and I left it at that. And then the next break that I had at work was around 4:30 in the morning. Checked the basket out of curiosity and it had gone into the basket and it was ready for me to pay for. So I went ahead and did the business and it was ordered and I had it delivered on Sunday. Now a funny little story is and I know that you guys over in America probably don't know what Argos is, but it's basically like Best Buy, but you can buy things online and have them delivered to your house, which I'm sure you can with Best Buy as well anyway. But the guy, I saw him pull past where I live in the van. He parked across the road and he then shuffled across the road with a PS5 under his arm with his coat wrapped around it because he didn't want anybody else to see what he was delivering. Now it's a bit of a mistake on Argos's end. They should have put it in a plain brown box and then nobody would have known what it was, but instead they just put PS5s on the back of the van in their box, and you know, anybody could go up and maybe take something out of these vans whilst they're parked up. But yeah, that's a story for another video. But yeah, I got the PS5 and I set it all up and went on it, and I've got to say I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Now, I'm not underwhelmed with the console itself. I'm not too taken with the looks of this console. I think it looks fucking stupid, to be honest. I think it looks really daft. It doesn't fit in with the aesthetics of, you know, your average living room or bedroom. I think a lot of people may just end up hiding these things away somewhere. I mean, I'm going to try and see if I can hide it behind my TV because I don't really want to look at it. It just doesn't look great to look at, but you know, that's a personal thing. A lot of people might think it actually looks pretty good. But hooking it up and going on, I like the feeling of the UI. It feels really fast, really snappy. Still a little bit similar to what you get on the PlayStation 4. So it's not going to be, you know, unfamiliar to the average gamer. But the thing that's let me down with this is I'd not really looked into the games before I bought it, and you know, that's my fault. I should have looked. But the launch titles specifically for the PS5 are rubbish in my opinion. There isn't one of them that I want to play. There isn't one of them that I think really looks good. If I was forced into getting one, I would probably get the Demon Souls. That looks okay. But I think the majority of the PS5 titles that are exclusive right now just look like they were cobbled together just to give them something to release with. So there's nothing there that I really want to play. And that's a shame because the PlayStations have always launched with at least one or two good exclusive titles ready to go. And these have been titles that people people have wanted to play, and this time around there isn't anything. So at the moment I have no games for it. If I'm going to play any games, I would most likely get PS Now and maybe go back to some of the previous generation of games from the PlayStation 4. Days Gone was always a game that I wanted to play and I never actually got around to doing it, so I may take a dabble with that. The Last of Us Part 2, I know that that's had a graphical upgrade for the PS5, so I may take a look at that as well. There isn't a great deal right now, but I know that there's quite a lot on the horizon for next year. Obviously it's been a tough year for everybody, developers and that. With COVID, it's been hard to get into the office to do what they needed to do, so obviously there's a delay in that sense as well, so we'll see what next year brings. Was I tempted to sell this PS5? Yes, I was. I've got to be honest, I could have made a £300 profit on it straight away. In fact, I could now. I could box it up, put it on eBay, and have an extra £300 in my pocket by the end of next week selling it. But I think I'm going to keep it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I will keep it. But it's the magic of getting consoles that just seems to be, I don't know. When I look back at all the consoles I've owned through my life, starting off in the very early 90s with the Sega Master System 2, I remember getting that for Christmas. I mean, I'd have been around 11, 12, 13 years old at that time, and it was just me and my mum. My mum didn't have a lot of money, so to get that Master System 2 meant a lot to me. You know, it had extra meaning because my mum had gone out of her way to make sure that I got that at Christmas, and I loved that console. You know, it had Alex the Kid built in. What a fucking frustrating game that was, but you know, I played the hell out of it. I loved it, and I had that console for quite a while. Then from that I went to the Super Nintendo, I remember, and there's another trip down nostalgia lane for you. I remember going into Blockbusters one Friday night with my mum, who was going to rent some movies, and they had it was the Super Mario bundle with the Super Nintendo. I think it was Mario World 1, 2 and 3, and you could get that on the console for, I think it was £100, and I got that for Christmas that year. I then moved on to, what did I get after that? I can't remember now. Oh, it was the PlayStation 1 after that. That was the next console that I had a dabble with, and I actually had two of those. I think I sold the first one after about 6 or 7 months and ended up buying another one. And then obviously I had the PlayStation 2, and then I had the Xbox, then the Xbox 360, then there was the PlayStation 3. I then moved on to an Xbox One S, or actually I had the second iteration of the Xbox 360, which was the smaller black version. Then I had the Xbox One S, the PlayStation 4, and now the PlayStation 5. So that's my console history, and then there's been smattered in about 8 or 9 different PC builds over those years as well, starting with the first PC was 1997. But anyway, I'm rambling a bit now, but that is the point of the video. But yeah, it's when I got that Sega Master System, that magic when I opened that and started playing, it was just amazing, and it hasn't been rivaled since. It's been close when I've got other consoles. I think one of the ones that I've enjoyed the most since then was probably the PlayStation 3. You know, it was such a leap in terms of graphics and in terms of power, and it had the fabled Cell processor, and I don't think they ever managed to get the full power out of that Cell processor because I think a lot of developers just found it so hard to program with. But it was, you know, each console has been a massive leap in terms of graphics, in terms of usability, in terms of game titles, etc. And I just don't find that with these consoles anymore. They just seem to be a little bit of a step up and not this massive generational leap that you would expect to see. And you've got to think the life cycles between the main consoles now is around 6 to 7 years, but then they dilute that by bringing out, you know, pro versions and HD versions, and they don't just have the one iteration anymore. It's a generational leap every couple of years, which dilutes things and takes away from that magic of getting a brand new console. But you know, that's just my personal opinion. But I'd like to know what you guys think about the current generation. You know, will you get both maybe, or are you not going to touch either of them? Do you favour one over the other? Have you always been a Xbox fanboy or a PlayStation fanboy, but you're now thinking of getting the other? I personally wanted the Xbox more than I did want the PlayStation because of Game Pass. I think Game Pass is ace, and you get some amazing titles on there. Yes, you've got PS Now on the PlayStation, but I don't think the titles are as good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.